Hey friends, I read the book 0 to 1 by Pieter Thiel, and I'm going to teach you what I learned from this book. But there's one thing that I strongly disagree with, and it is a game changer. So stay tuned to find out. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. I'm Conrad, and basically in this channel we talk about all things finance related. Sometimes I do tech reviews, sometimes I do book reviews. So if you like the vibe of this channel, please consider subscribing, but let's get into it. So I attempted to read this book when I was a bit younger. The concepts in the book didn't make sense to me then. So this past month I decided, let me read this book again, let me give it another chance. Basically what this book is, if I can give you a brief summary, it is instead of going from 0 to N and thinking about linear growth, he wants us to rather think about our wealth as an exponential growth. He wants us to think about getting wealth in the short term. And I mean, for anyone, this is a very attractive concept because instead of waiting 40 years to retire, you can retire within 10 years. Pieter Thiel explains this concept that to go from 0 to 1, we need to start asking questions. So we need to start becoming more inquisitive people in general. So he says that in your daily life, look at ways that you can discover some secrets. For example, he says that you should look in your everyday life and things that you do every day and see where there is an inconvenience or where people struggle. And by doing this, you actually uncover a secret that many people might not be thinking about. And with this, you can start developing a business plan. And there are many other things that you can do with this secret that obviously you have uncovered. And it can be very profitable. So Pieter Thiel's origin story is that he started PayPal. And one thing that he said was very important in having a good team is the team needs to put the needs of the business in front of their own. And that means is that they need to sacrifice for the business. And if the team is not aligned and has exactly the same vision of success, the same vision outlined, the power of alignment, then the team cannot get to their destination. This is actually such a powerful concept that they actually speak about in the Bible, where they were building this tower and God saw them and they all were united as one. And later on God said there's nothing they cannot achieve with the same or with a mindset that they're going to achieve this one thing, and God actually stopped them. You need a strong team behind you, and you cannot do it alone. There's an amazing quote that I want to leave you with in regards to this is, when you go alone, you can go fast, but when you go together, you can go a long way. He explains in the book that you cannot see technology as an enemy because technology is actually there to help us. And if people keep on thinking about technology as an enemy, they will not benefit from it because technology is such a great aid for us in our daily lives. Imagine if we didn't have the cell phone. We won't be able to make videos, we won't be able to make calls, we won't be able to speak to our loved ones on a daily basis. So he says that instead of demonizing technology, you should make technology work for you. So you should make it aid. And the way you do this is this problem that you identified in point number 1. Use technology to automate that and make it in a way that you don't have to do anything, that it's more passive. This is the thing that I strongly disagree with. This is where my rant is going to come in. Is he says only start monopolies and only start businesses that you know are going to succeed. And this is something that I truly do not believe in, because I feel that you cannot predict if something is going to be successful one day. You have this idea of your monopoly one day, or this monopoly that you need to start. A monopoly is basically a business that operates or doesn't have much competition. A common example of a monopoly is something like Google or Apple, where they don't have much competition and they stand out. It's difficult to get to the level where they are. And I'm going to basically give you guys 3 reasons why I strongly disagree with this argument of his. First of all, if you're going to have a mindset of, I'm going to wait for this one opportunity, this one golden egg that the universe is going to drop out of nowhere and it's going to bless me with it, and I'm going to get this idea and become an instant millionaire overnight. Does that sound realistic to you? That does not sound realistic, and it's a waste of time. Rather than waiting for an opportunity to show itself to you, why don't you just immerse yourself in the problem first, or in the line that you want to go in, and then from there discover problems that you can solve. The odds of success are much more favored towards you if you do it like that. And that brings us to the second point is, any business that you receive or any business that you start is an opportunity to do something else. A great example of this is my mom. She started off very poor and struggling, and she opened a model school where she taught models how to model. But guess what? That led to other things. And now she's the owner of Botswana's biggest school, and she started this by giving modeling classes. So how can you tell me that you're going to get experience, you're going to get that knowledge by just sitting on your ass and waiting for this idea? And if the idea doesn't sound like a monopoly or sound like $1 billion idea, then you're not going to do it. That sounds so unrealistic. And the third point is from a book that I suggest you should go read, is Outliers. not everyone is going to be an astounding person that's going to break through and go to Mars. Not everyone is Elon Musk. And the sooner we accept this, the sooner we can understand that we need to work hard for the money that we want to get. Not everyone is going to open a technology business. Okay, it might happen to 1% or 2% of the world, but that doesn't mean that needs to be your success story. Your success story can be something totally different. It can be something that maybe you write a book, or maybe maybe you make an amazing discovery, or you become the next famous YouTuber, whatever the case may be. Your success path is not the same as other people. And that about summarizes this whole book for me. Basically what you learn here is that you need to look for, he gives some great tips for businesses, and he gives some great tips about the mindset you should have towards finding your opportunities and choosing the right opportunities. I hope you guys enjoyed this rant of mine and this review. If you guys decide to read this book, I would relatively recommend it. I would give it a 4 out of 10. If you guys enjoyed this video, please subscribe, please like, and if you have any questions about the book or about the channel or just about anything in general, please comment down below. It will mean a lot to me. But until next time, guys,